Alright, what is up y'all? It's the Red Dot here. Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you the PS5 tips and tricks that you need to know if you own the PS5. Regardless of which PS5 version you have, you can use all of these tips and tricks. Starting off with the dashboard customization, by default the welcome tab looks like this. Yes, there's so much things going on here. But once you customize, this is how mine looks like. And that because you can fully customize the widgets, layouts, and even the backgrounds by pressing R3 on controller. You can then turn on each widget, move it around, resize or delete. And if you want to make it cleaner looking layouts, just having 3 tiles like here in my dashboard, just add all 3 columns first and then delete the widgets above them. And then you can also change the background look to any image you want. These are the default background layers. You can also import images, screenshot from games or copy from a USB. Well, I have my favorite wallpaper from Rockies, so I copy it from my MacBook to a USB and plug it in, and there you go. You can have your favorite picture on the background. And this one's something Sony haven't quite explained well, the PS5 energy saving mode. When you go to settings, systems, down to power saver for games. You can turn this on the power saver mode, which means that any game that supports power saving, eco-friendly, let's put it that way, this will use less power during your gameplay. So it'll reduce the heat output, running cost, and it'll make it a little quieter, especially when you're playing games at late night. If you want to use your controller more than one device, let's say your computer or phone, now you can pair over 4 devices at the same time. What you gotta do is press and hold the PlayStation button along with one of the 4 PlayStation icon for 5 seconds and it'll go to the pairing mode. And now you can pair the controllers with your devices and it'll give you that indication just below the touchpad. And if you want to switch between each device, just press the PlayStation button and the icon button that you have assigned to that device for 3 seconds. It will instantly switch to the device without even needing to repair every time you use it. Now, if you want to boost the audio in your gameplay, for example like footsteps or other sounds that cannot hear well without getting an expensive headset, there's this feature called Audio Focus. It'll let you choose which sounds to boost like footsteps, voices or any other quiet sounds. You can also control the adjustment levels to weak, medium or strong. And then if you want, you can tweak the left and right audio in a visual and a run preview before you start playing the game. Now if you experience a bit of a lagging in your games, this might help you. Make sure your TV is in game mode. I use Sony Bravia, set my TV mode to FPS gaming mode, which gives me AI driven or manually enabled picture presets designed for competitive shooters and action games. Also, I play around with the video signals on the TV. I have color space set to BT 2020 and HDR mode to HDR10. These are Sony inbuilt color sciences, so FYI, check on your TV options and play around to get the best quality image. You can also turn this on manually through your PS5 settings. Just go to the screen and video, which enables auto low latency mode, which is ALLM. Once you do that, your TV will automatically switch to game mode every time you start up your PS5. And if you feel that your PS5 is running slow, you can clear the cache easily. First, you need the PlayStation be on safe mode by pressing the power button while it's off until you hear a second beep. That takes about 8 to 10 seconds, and plug a controller to the PS5. Then select the clear cache and rebuild database option. This is gonna clear the temporary data stored on the PS5 and fix any other corrupted data. Don't worry, this will not delete any of your saved games and it's completely safe to perform. If you need to free up some storage space, but you don't want to delete those games you never played, well, this might help you. First, go to your media folder and sort by the largest. This will show you the clips taking the most amount of your space. You can then delete the accidental recordings that you didn't even know you had. Then switch to the trophy tab and delete all of the clips and screenshots that you no longer needed. Well, if you notice, the adaptive trigger of the controllers are pretty cool as you're able to feel resistance in every game you play. But sometimes you don't want it when you play competitively or FPS games. Well, now you can reduce the adaptive trigger or turn them off completely. So you go to settings, accessories, controllers, and trigger effect intensity, and reduce the settings however you want it. Well, if you're playing FPS games, you definitely need that rapid fire. When you press the PS button on your controller, the control center pops up at the bottom of the screen. If you press the option button, you can rearrange the icons so your most used ones show up first. And if you even want to swap between recent games you're playing or apps, make sure you use the switcher instead of going back and forth to the dashboard every time. Just tap the PS button on your controller and then hit switcher across the button and it'll show you the most recent games or apps. Here's how you get the most out of your PS5 in terms of performance. Doesn't matter if you're playing on a TV, monitor, you can add those settings to make top-notch performance. Go to PS5 settings, then to save data and game settings. Here you can change the game presets to performance. And from here, any game you start should be default on performance mode over quality mode. Also make sure you have the 120Hz enabled or set up to automatic under screen and video. In this way, you'll get the full 120 FPS options like on Call of Duty games and etc. Otherwise, it'll put you in 60 frames. And you can also check the current TV settings on the information for the connected HDMI device. This will show you what your TV capable of showing. Now you know this sound, right? But not everyone is a gamer, so some people might not like it. If you go to settings, systems, beep and light, you can either reduce the volume or turn it off completely. You can also set the inbuilt microphone on the controller to be on and off by default. Head to sounds and then microphone, set the mic status either on or mute as you preferred. If you want your friends to see you're online or what games you're playing, but you don't want to deal with pop-ups, invites or trophy sounds, just turn on the Do Not Disturb from your profile drop-down. Once it's on, you won't get any distractions, perfect when you're focused on story-based games. If you're tired of turning on your PS5 and getting hit with updates, you can fix that easily. Just go to settings, systems, power saving, features available in rest mode and turn on the update option. This lets your PS5 download and install updates in your background while it's in rest mode. So when you jump back in, you can start gaming right away without waiting. Here's some quick tips before I wrap up the video. If you want to mute your audio, simply press and hold the mute button. It will silence all the sounds. To power off your controller, hold the PS button for 10 seconds and it will turn off your controller. If you want to go to home screen, press and hold the PS button to jump back to the home screen. If you want to switch between the tabs, press L1 and R1 to switch the tabs. Alright, that's everything I have, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe. Also, don't forget to comment down below your favorite shortcut so I can also educate myself. See you guys when I see you.